Okay, in this installment, we're going to learn how to fix sort of mistakes that we've made in naming things in our code. So as we go along, what we realize is that sometimes we don't choose the best names for things in our code because we don't really understand what we're going to use them for later, and we might change our minds as we go along, or we simply make a misspelling. So let's look at the first example in this code. Right here, this outlet, which is wired up to that label. You can see it highlighted over there. It flashes as I hover over this dot. Is not only misspelled lail outlet, but also isn't a very solid name. So what we're going to do is see the proper way to go about renaming that outlet. I'm going to shrink this so I can see more of my code window here. Okay, so that we can see, so that we can give it a better name. Now, what you don't want to do is just click up here and start typing in a new name, because as you can see, lail outlet here, misspelled, is also misspelled here, here, and down here. Not only that, but there's a hidden one in my Xcode project, in my storyboard over here that you can't see. So even if you were to change this one, change this one, change this one, and change this one manually by just clicking in it and retyping it, there'd still be one over here that you missed, and so your program would fail. So here's the easiest way to fix it. I'm going to right-click on the thing that I want to change, and I'm going to go to Find Selected Text in Workspace. I'm going to click on that, and when I do, notice that the navigator here shifted over so that I can see this. I can see the magnifying glass. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to look here at the output. You'll notice that it found a copy of lail output in the Xcode environment view controller. That's this thing over here. It also found it in my viewcontroller.swift file. That's the code window over to the right. And look at how many times it found it. It found it 5 times. Now what I need to do is I want to replace that with my new name. So I'm going to click where it says Find, go down to Replace, and click again. And this gives me an opportunity to type in a new name here. So I'm going to replace that. And what I actually want this to say is something that's more representative of what it's going to do in my program. And since this is going to be a label that says Hello World eventually, I'm going to call it Hello World Label. And then this is an outlet for that label, so I'm going to add the word outlet. Notice that I've included what the object is, what type of connection it is, and a descriptive name of what its job is. In this case, it's to show me the word Hello World. And then I'm going to click Replace All. And when I do, notice there's check marks here, 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 and here. All right, I'm going to shrink my view back, and look at that. Look, it now says Hello World Label Outlet here, 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 and it even says it down here. And more importantly, it also says it in here where you can't see it. Now, if that's all I'm doing, I can go back up here. I want to see my navigator view again, so I click this little folder icon, and now I'm back at my navigator view. And I'm ready to go on. But is that the only thing that we need to fix here? Well, let's go to the very next thing. Here I've got a Say Hello button outlet. But did I call it Say Hello button outlet? I did not. So, once again, I'm going to right-click and do Find Selected Text in Workspace. And then I'm going to go Replace. And what am I going to type in this time? I'm going to type Hello World, but this is not a label. This is my button, but it's still an outlet that I'm creating for it. And then I'm done, so I'm going to hit Replace All, and boom, it just swapped it, this time in 4 places. Okay. So you can see that there are a few more things that I would want to fix. So I'm going to label the other things that you should fix in your program, and you're going to see if you can fix them. So here we go. The first one is, what should this button action actually be called? Well, this is the button. This is the action that goes with my say hello button. So it should be called say hello button, and then what's it going to do? Action. So instead of button action, it should say hello button action. Okay, then down here I've got, I misspelled goodbye. I put gooby, and it also says button, but it doesn't say that it's an outlet. So this one should say goodbye button outlet. And then the last one is, what's missing in this one? Well, it says say goodbye button. That's a good start. But what doesn't it say? It doesn't say that it's an action. So it should say goodbye button action, to make it perfectly clear as to what it is. Try and make those modifications using the find and replace.